Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Grant F here again with another video review for you guys. And as I'm sure you guys saw in the title of this video, this is indeed a review for Stephen King's Carrie, which is, I believe this is the third time that this movie has been adapted for the screen. I think actually maybe the second time, because the last one before this one was on television. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, this was directed by Kimberly Pierce, who directed Boys Don't Cry, which was a really, really good, dramatic, pretty disturbing film starring Hilary Swank. Won her first Academy Award. This stars Julianne Moore, Chloe Grace Moretz, and some no-name high school actors and actresses. Couldn't really tell you who they were, but how does this new remake or this reimagining hold up? Well, it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's really faithful to the source material. It's given a modern update with more music, modern music and modern filmmaking techniques and editing. When I say music, thank God the music is updated, because I watched the original Carrie last week just to get ready for the remake, and there's a scene where Carrie is getting ready for prom, and it's playing this horrible, just grating 70s disco synthesizer music, and I'm just oh God, I can't. It's it just made me pumped for the remake, because I wanted to see a more modern, up to date take. But yeah, everybody pretty much knows the story of Carrie. It's almost become a pop culture phenomenon, basically, since it came out in the 70s. Carrie White is a really odd, strange, quiet girl. She's really repressed. She's very sheltered and protected by her overly crazy religious mother, played by Julianne Moore, who was really creepy and really effective in this film. I think she really gave Piper Laurie a run from her money, even. Although Piper Laurie was great in the original, in this film, the psychosis and just the psychology of Carrie White's mother's character is just more, it's more explained, I guess, or more, understood in this film than it is in the previous film, the previous adaptations. She is bullied relentlessly by some girls, some really mean girls in her gym class when she has her first period. Fortunately, her mother did not tell her what a period is, or what happens when a woman goes through, that stage in her life. And because of that, she freaks out and thinks she's bleeding to death. And of course, the girls tease her, throw tampons at her, and film it on their smartphones, and just humiliate her, just for no other reason than just to be mean. While this is going on, when Carrie is under extreme stress and anxiety, she has these random outbursts of energy, these telekinetic powers start coming out of her, and she doesn't know why. And suddenly she starts learning that there are other people like her that have these telekinetic abilities, and she starts going to her library and looking it up and studying all this. And all the while, this is building up to the obvious, you've seen it in the trailers, you've seen it in the previous film, bloodbath at the prom, when Carrie gets asked by prom from one of the real popular guys at school, because one of the girls that bullied her feels guilty and basically forces her boyfriend to ask Carrie White to prom to make up for, I guess she's trying to have some kind of redeemable quality, or just trying to make herself feel better, not so bad about what they did to Carrie. However, there's another girl at the other end of the spectrum who is just an utter, complete evil bitch, and just wants nothing more but just to humiliate Carrie, all because she couldn't go to prom. And her and her boyfriend and all of his friends are just, I don't know, that was kind of one of the problems I had with the movie, was this girl and her boyfriend are just evil. They were just all that was missing was a mustache and a curl. They just acted so overly mean and cruel and evil, especially the scene where they go and slaughter this pig. It was just ridiculous. But they still weren't bad. The performances weren't bad. I think they just kind of overacted at times. The finale at the end is really good. The CGI is not bad. There are a couple of parts where like blood's coming off of Carrie, where it looks a little kind of hokey. But other than that, I mean, it was really intense, and just like there are some really good kills. It's not like overly gory or overly violent, but there are a couple of sequences, especially that evil girl that got back at Carrie, that dumped the blood on her when she dies. I was just like, oh yes, like I was so happy that girl died the way she was, because she was just such an evil, mean bitch. You just hated her. Literally, like, wanted to spit at the screen every time she was on screen, because she was just such a bitch. The direction by Kimberly Pierce is really solid. There are some really creepy moments with Julianne Moore's character, Carrie White's mother, in their house, where she's like, like mutilating and like cutting herself with like tool. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, this woman's crazy. And you really, at the beginning of the film, you actually see the birth of Carrie, and towards the end, you find out why Carrie's mother is so deeply religious and so crazy, because this event happened in her life when she was a young woman that like just totally, psychologically messed her up. And you can't really relate to her because she's crazy, but you can understand where she's coming from. At least I guess you can understand why she snapped and went nuts, and why she is so overly protective of Carrie. The film was good. The ending, it was good. The only thing is that I felt like it followed the ending of the previous films. Like, it didn't really do anything new. It just kind of like, okay, well, this happens, in the other film, so we're gonna, do the same thing, and then this happens, we're gonna do the same thing, and it just kind of, the last like 10, 15 minutes of the film, after she leaves the prom, after she's destroyed everybody or killed everybody, it just kind of becomes a little, I guess it kind of runs out of gas or runs out of steam towards the end. But the house that gets demolished looks really cool. Yeah, this movie, I would recommend it if you guys are fans of horror, if you're fans of Stephen King, which both of those I am, and if you're fans of the original, like I am as well, you will love this film. I don't think people are going to like it if, they don't really care for the whole idea of horror remakes. I'm up for the idea of remakes or reimaginings if they're warranted. Brian De Palma's original 1976 Carrie is a classic. It's great. But I did feel like when I watched it last week, it is extremely dated in tone and in music and in like the clothes that the people wear and how they act. Like the acting in this one is better than it is in the previous one. I'll say more realistic, I guess. But yeah, I feel like I'm not against remakes if they're warranted. The Crazies was a remake that I liked a lot. It was an old George A. Romero movie, and they remade it, and it was pretty good. When they remade Halloween, Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was horrible. Don't even go see that movie. But when they remade Halloween, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was cool to go and see like how Michael Myers grew up. Although I do get a little bit tired of Rob Zombie's whole white trash hillbilly family. I don't know why he always has like rednecks in his movies, but whatever. But yeah. The new Carrie, directed by Kimberly Pierce, starring Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore. Not a bad film. Not a perfect film. It has its moments where it does get a little boring, but it is entertaining. It's fun. The prom scene is just like crazy, just like awesome. Really cool kills. Yeah, that's my review, guys. Let me know if you guys have seen Carrie. Let me know what you thought of the film. Let me know if you think the original is better or if the remake is better, and if the remake was warranted, or the reimagining, however you want to say it. If you guys like what you see here, please like or subscribe to my channel. And I know I said in the previous video for my video review for Gravity, I was going to do a review of The Iceman and then The Shining. I will definitely do those reviews soon, but since I just saw Carrie, I wanted to put this review up first. So, yeah, you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your weekend. Bye.